Hi everyone, I'm Kai. That's Bjorn right there. Hi Bjorn, how you doing, bud? And this is Rogue Aquarium. I have just been upgrading my fish room slash office, and I've been so excited about it. I decided I'm just gonna start a YouTube channel. Why not, right? So let me take you around and show you what we're doing. This is my deck pond, and in it we're doing a guppy koi breeding program where we're trying to come up with koi guppy that actually look like koi. And my favorite kind of koi are the spotted kind. So as you can see, we're a couple generations in, and my males are already spotted. And you might have already spotted Othello. My very favorite spotted koi are the calico spotted kind. And so my hope with Othello there is that we're going to get some black spots in as well, and then we can bring in that beautiful calico color. Moving on from there, we've got these guys, who I got just in case Othello doesn't bring in that color we want. These are just some really, really healthy platinum tuxedo guppies, who I personally, judging by how my females have thrown with my other males, I think these guys would definitely give us some black spotting, and it'd be cool. And you may have spotted him in the back there. There's also a black crown-tail beta hanging out in that beta hammock. Oh, if my glass wasn't so darn dirty, maybe you could focus on him. Oh, well, he's hanging out and chilling. He actually really seems to like to be in their company. He seems to prefer it. We were having issues getting him to eat before I because of an emergency with my kids, had to float their bag in his tank for a really long time when I first got him, and boy, he seemed to hang out and was doing better after that until we pulled him out. And so we decided after a while it was meant to be. And as you can see, he hasn't hurt them, and they haven't hurt him in 6 months, and he's been packing on some good weight. And we've also got, as you can see, a bunch of bladder snails in here, and they're for something else that we'll show you later. Oh, hi guys. Alright, say goodbye, we're moving on. This is our main guppy breeding tank. Here we're trying to make Santa Claus guppies. You may have seen Santa Claus guppies before. They've got that beautiful shimmery blue color along the sides. Oh, look at him. Yeah, way to go, guy. And then they've got white bellies, and as you can see, we're starting to get there. We're really close. We started with a single Santa Claus guppy, and here's where we are many generations later. Now, he unfortunately passed a couple months ago. Uh-oh, we've got some ick-like behavior. We might have to treat this tank. I'm going to have to start checking real close. Why are we scratching, guys? Anyhow, and as you can see, my females are really starting to have some really cool looking colorings on their tails and stuff, which I think means that the genetics are really starting to take hold in here. That means in not too long we might actually have some guppies that are worth something. Right now they've still got these weird multicolored patches, and the orange from their tails comes out too far. We'll fix it long term. I've also got a bunch of my cast-off Neocaridinea shrimp. These are my culls that are just not good colored. Now you're going to laugh when we get to the next tank, but yeah, these are ones that have got stripes and all kinds of stuff. And they came out of here, my main shrimp breeding tank, which is no longer my main shrimp breeding tank because I unfortunately started another business and got real busy and let it go for too long. So we still got some really good looking blue diamonds in here, but the vast majority of these guys are inferior genetics. They're just kind of everywhere. So what we've got now, in order to try and help me deal with this problem and get this tank back under control and back to breeding mostly true colored shrimp, is we've got some pygmy Corydoras who are hiding right now. Maybe we can find one somewhere in here. Whoa! Oh, there's one. Yep. Oh, we scared him. We got some pygmy Cory. Yep, back there. Oh, can we see him? There we go. And those guys will eat the shrimplets, but not the big fish, and we love them because they're just super cute little wigglers that we absolutely love. But they'll eat the shrimplets, which will allow me time to go through and cull all these off-colored shrimp before they continue to breed and screw up my genetics in here. We've also got a couple nerites just for fun. And yeah, as you can tell, I'm an amateur aquascaper. I quite like it. Let's move on. So next we've got my desk, which is quite the setup. We've got a few things on here. So first, This is an interesting thing. I was given this. I assume it was originally meant to be a big box store beta torture device, but I've repurposed it for just like an off Neocaridina breeding project. I've got some Neocaridina in my blue diamonds that throw off these painted red shells. And if you've never seen the painted red, basically they can either have coloring in their undershell or their overshell or both. And the painted red is on the overshell, and it literally looks like the overshell is just painted with a paintbrush, like with enamel paint. It's pretty. These guys keep throwing off occasional babies that have just little spots of painted red with, still the dark blue undercoat. So I'm breeding them out to see if they will produce anything. They probably won't, but if they do, that might look really cool. A blue shrimp with a red head. Anyhow, moving over. This is our blackworm farm and gut loading station for some of these snails. We feed them on spirulina. And the blackworms, we feed on both spirulina and the microorganisms that break down those little paper towels that are down in there. And so, yeah, that creates good food for the rest of our fish. This is the 5.5 that Jet used to be in, and now we've got some Pseudomugil luminatus. Now I'm going to do a separate video about these soon because, gosh, we've got just an interesting thing going on here. Most of these are Pseudomugil luminatus, but there's one female that I think might be a different species. And again, look forward to a future video where I'll tell that story and we'll take a much deeper dive and watch them much closer because they're really cool, beautiful fish. If you can see, they've got these interesting shining patterns and beautiful blue eyes, and the males have these cute pom-poms and extra finnage, and they're super photogenic. Anyhow, we'll come back and look at them later and talk about my breeding project here and what might be a different species. Anyhow, moving to right behind my desk, we've got the rack. So I've got this yin-yang thing going on up here I'd like to talk about, and then down here where we'll start is just kind of some spare tanks for the guppy breeding program. This is where I grow out guppies to try and separate the males and females for my line breeding projects. So there's some baby guppies in there right now. Let's see if we can actually get you to be able to see some. Oh, hi guys. There you are. Hi. They're shy. Oh, by the way, all of the tiger lotus that you see all over, that's all the exact same plant. It just keeps throwing off little clone babies. I love it. But anyways, yeah, this is a hospital tank we keep empty in case we need it. We've got a bunch of pre-cycled sponges that are in there right now just because there's no fish in these other ones, but when we need them, they can go out to all the other tanks, and then we've got cycled sponges in them, and it's great. Yeah. By the way, this is something I got from Dean from Aquarium Co-op. I saw this on his fish room thing where he had this in an elevated place. Makes it easy to do water changes. I didn't want it for a super high place. I wanted it for a super low place because I was having issues putting a regular tank down there and then getting a gravel vac to operate. And so what I found is that if I just stick the gravel vac hose on the end of that and then put the hose down into the bucket and then press the button, we get water change pretty simply. It's pretty awesome and I like it. So moving up here, we've got our mutt guppy colony from our other ones, and I'm probably going to start a third project out of these because if you see, some of these guys have these unbelievably awesome green color to them that's just amazing, and I absolutely love it. So I might try and breed out that green. And oh, here we have Handsome Jack. Now as you can see, these guys have had some kind of fin problem, and I think I've got it knocked out with my latest treatment of Maricin 2, but I'm not positive. If you can see something wrong that I can't, because again, I am an amateur fish keeper. I've only been at this for about 2 years, and I've had some stuff, but I can't always see everything, and I'm not always sure what I'm looking at. Let me see if I can find Handsome Jack before we go, though. We saw him a minute ago. Let me see if we can get him up to the glass. Oh, there he is. That's Handsome Jack. I'm going to get a bunch of babies off of him. He's got green and yellow, and he's got really cool swirl patterns on both sides of him. Just a cool looking fish. We just need to get his fins treated up, and then he is going to be breeding with some of our next line of lady guppies. Should be good. All right, moving over, we've got two separate kind of yin and yang shrimp tanks that are 2.5 gallons. They've each got these interesting DIY sponge filters that I made. Kind of cool. I'm using these now to do much more intense, much more closer scrutinized breeding, so I can tell which females are letting off what, because I get these interesting stripe patterns and all kinds of weird stuff, and I want to know what females with what males produce those. So this is how I'm going to do it, but this one particularly is actually just a separate project altogether. I occasionally get these colored blues that come off that are more what you'd call a blue dream, right? That one's got swirls of it in the tail. And I want to see if they will breed out and if that color will stay true, or if they'll just keep going lighter, or if they're going to go the other way, and we'll find out. And then up here we've just got some really good looking blue diamonds. You may not be able to see them just because they blend into that black substrate so well. And I actually use that on purpose. That black substrate in these tanks allows me to figure out which ones are getting lighter colored or which ones are darker colored quite easily against the black background like this. Also, when I've had slightly predatory fish in there, they do tend to pick off the babies that are the lighter colors as opposed to the darker colors. So we gave them a natural camouflage, which for a while helped keep my shrimp tank better genetics. But obviously it wasn't a long-term viable solution, particularly once I pulled Jet out of there. Alright, and then finally we've got my wife's pea puffer tank. We've got a trio of pea puffers in there that we just finished off just a few days ago with the teeny tiny one. We'll see if we can find her. But we've got these wonderful pea puffers that we feed on those snails that we were growing and gut loading and all kinds of good stuff. There's the big ones. Hey guys, where's the little gal? Where'd she go? Oh, we don't all have names yet. Oh, there she is. I just spotted her way back there. Oh, sounds like the train's coming. So that sounds like it's probably about it. Bjorn, you want to say goodbye? Should we say goodbye? Bye-bye. Thanks for coming, guys. If you liked it, go ahead and hit like. Let us know what you thought in the comments section. And gosh, I'd be tickled pink if you became like my first subscriber or something. Thanks. We'll see you later.